The BMW E46 is the fourth generation of the 3 Series compact executive cars produced by BMW, produced from 1998 when it succeeded the BMW E36. The E46 was released in 1998 to worldwide markets in the sedan body style. In 1999, a coupe copyright and touring body style became available to all markets, and the sedan was released in the United States. A convertible and hatchback body style was released in 2000, the latter only for Europe, South Africa, Australia and New Zealand. The E46 experienced enormous success in all markets and was widely considered the performance benchmark of its class. The record-selling year for the E46 chassis was 2002, when 561,249 vehicles were sold worldwide. The main competitors during the E46's production run were the Acura TL, Alfa Romeo 156, Audi A4, Infiniti G, Lexus IS, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, Saab 9-3 and the Volvo S40. BMW GmbH produced a high-performance variant of the E46 chassis, designated the M3. This version had a larger, more powerful engine, sportier suspension, a limited slip differential, and various aesthetic modifications. The M3 was released in 2001 and was available only in the coupe copyright and convertible body style. It was offered with 2 transmissions, a standard 6-speed manual or an optional sequential manual gearbox. Design. Exterior design. The E46 was developed as an evolutionary replacement for the BMW E36 chassis. In late 1995, the general exterior design of the E46 by Eric Goplin was chosen, and as a result DesignWorks USA was contracted by BMW to work alongside BMW Group's in-house design team to create the exterior bodywork in February 1996. Based on the E36 body shell, the design team put an emphasis on improving aerodynamics and increasing the car's aggressive stance. Design patents were filed in Germany on July 16, 1997 and in the US on January 16, 1998. While the styling of the E46 was seen as an evolution of the extremely successful previous generation 3 Series, it was not immediately embraced by either the buying public, or the automotive press. Word leaked out in the press that the BMW stylists were unhappy in raising the roofline, and the general rounding of the body panels in comparison to the more squarish E36 series. Chris Bangle was responsible in 1996 for the production saloon exterior, as evident in the 1997 design patent. Goplin designed the production coupe and estate. Flexible electronics design. Since the start of production, the entire in-car entertainment system is based on a very flexible automotive computer system. As a result, the E46 models can all be easily upgraded with the newest BMW technologies, including BMW's Bluetooth system, the DVD-based navigation system, as well as BMW's CD changes that play MP3s. Powertrain and engine design. An emphasis was put on reducing unsprung weight and increasing structural rigidity rather than increasing power output. The highest displacement model at release, the E46 328, had only 3 horsepower more than the E36 328. To counter this small power increase, the body shell of the E46 was claimed by BMW to be 70% more rigid than the E36's, and aluminum suspension components were used increasingly in order to decrease unsprung weight. In tune with BMW's core values, the E46 was released with a front-engined rear-wheel drive layout with 50/50 weight distribution. This balance allows for optimal handling in regard to the drivetrain layout. Petrol engines, diesel engines, model badging, 316. The 316 was introduced in 1999 and has the smallest engine available in the E46, the 1.9L BMW M43 producing 105 HP and 165 Nm. Like all 4-cylinder models, it was not sold in the United States. In 2001, the 316 was given a smaller, yet more powerful, 1.8L BMW N42 engine producing 116 HP and 175 Nm. 318, The 318 was introduced in 1998, the 1.9L BMW M43. However, it was designated the M43B19TU and had dual balancing shafts which increased horsepower to 118 HP and torque to 180 Nm. Along with the 316, the 318 received an updated engine in 2002, the 2.0L BMW N42. It produced 141 HP and 200 Nm. The 318 was not released into the United States market. N46 introduced in 2004 with modifications to the AQ 320, sold in many places, including the United Kingdom, Germany, Greece, Canada, Turkey, Australia and Ireland. 320i was sold in two versions, less powerful, equipped with M52 2.0 Li6 engine making 150 HP, and more powerful version with M54 2.2 Li6 engine making 170 HP. It was the base model in Romania, Canada, Australia, where it would be succeeded by the 323i. 323. The 323 was one of the first E46 models available for purchase, 1998 for the sedan and 1999 for the coupe. It was powered by BMW's 2.5L M52 engine designated M52 TUB25. The M52 engine was previously used in the E36. However, this 2.5L version added dual VANOS, BMW's mechanically continuous variable valve timing system. This improved low-end torque and fuel economy over the M52B25 used in the E36 323. The E46 323, despite having a 2.5L engine, was designated 323, and not 325, to increase the apparent spread between it and the correctly numbered 328 to appeal to BMW enthusiasts. The 323 ended its run after 2000, when it was then retired to make way for the updated E46 325. 328. The 328 was released alongside the 323 as a high-performance option, still using the BMW M52 engine, but making 190 bhp. The E46 328 and 323 ended their production runs after 3 model years when they were succeeded by the 330 and 325, respectively. 325. The 325 took over from the market position of the 323 and uses the same 2.5 Li6 engine. However, the 325's engine has an improved double VANOS and fully dual-pipe exhaust system. The European version makes 192 bhp, while the US/Canadian version had a catalytic converter installed which reduces the output to 184 bhp. 330. The 330 succeeded the 328 as the top-performing E46, with the M54B30 making 233 PS at 6500 RPMs and 214 lb-AFT at 3500 RPMs, while the performance package version had an output of 235 bhp at 6800 RPM and 222 lb-AFT at 3500 RPMs. Trim levels, United States market, premium package. The premium package has been available on all 3 series cars. It typically included different wheels and tires, a multifunction steering wheel, wood-grain interior trim, rain-sensing windshield wipers, auto-dimming rear-view mirror, power seats, lumbar support, moonroof, sport package. The sport package was available on all E46s, excluding cars with the performance package and the M3. It consisted of a 3-spoke sports lever steering wheel and had improved grip over the standard square steering wheel. The sport package also included cruise control. The car was also given sport seats which provided better bolstering and support than the stock seats. They also had adjustable thigh supports and were available in manual or power. The sports package also offered 17-inch wheels standard, which came with staggered lower-profile tires. Rear-wheel drive models ordered with the sport package also received sport suspension, which offered improved handling by way of firmer springs, a lower ride height, and tighter dampers. Cold weather package. The cold weather package has been available on all 3 Series and M3 cars. It typically included pass-through ski bag, heated seats, headlight washers, fold-down rear seats, performance package. The performance package was an inclusive option given to E46 sedans from 2003 to 2005, coupés and convertibles from 2004 to 2006. It included various aesthetic changes over the regular 3 Series, as well as functional and mechanical enhancements. It had M badges on each of its Style 135 wheels, with additional M badging on the multi-function steering wheel and atop the 6-speed short-throw weighted shifter. In addition to the standard color options, the ZHP was available in the motorsport-only color Imola Red. It received the M-Tech 2 bodykit standard, 18-inch staggered Style 135 wheels, high-gloss anthracite window trim, and the coupe received clear turn signals instead of the amber turn signals found on the standard 330i. The interior had also been modified with half-cloth half-Alcantara sports seats, an Alcantara-wrapped sports steering wheel, a shorter M-badged shift knob, anthracite-colored cloth headliner, and aluminum cubed faux carbon fiber interior trim. The instrument gauge cluster was also modified with red needles and polished metal trim rings. In the performance department, the ZHP was equipped with a more aggressive DME tune to increase power from 225 HP to 235 HP. The engine readline raised from 6,500 RPMs to 6,800 RPMs to take advantage of the new power band and higher power output at higher RPMs. As a result of the higher readline, the nut that fastens the oil pump sprocket came with thread locker pre-applied from the factory to keep the nut from falling off. The car also received a shorter final drive ratio which allows for faster acceleration. 3.07 versus 2.93 for manuals and 3.64 versus 3.38 for the automatic. Car and Driver magazine track tested the car, which returned a 0-60 mph time of 5.6 seconds and passed through the 1/4 mile in 14.3 seconds. In 2003 the ZHP featured a 6-speed manual transmission, but it was offered from 2004 to 2006. Suspension was modified over the standard suspension with firmer springs and dampers, larger anti-roll bars, stronger front control arm ball joints, a lower ride height, and slightly more negative camber. The Style 135M wheels also came equipped with a much stickier compound, Michelin Pilot Sport tires, in a staggered configuration with 225/40-18 tires in the front and 255/35-18 tires in the back. Other markets, ES. The ES trim level was supposed to be the base level available for the European E46S from 2003, however, it included various safety features as standard equipment, such as anti-lock brakes, 6 airbags, dynamic stability control, and a factory-installed alarm which were not common as standard features when the E46 was released. Comfort items such as heated and electric mirrors were also fitted standard. The ES trim did not include cruise control, a multi-function steering wheel, lever steering wheel or gear knob, although these were offered as at-cost options. For a short period during 2003 BMW offered optional extras for the 320d and 330d Touring from the M-Tech Sport range including M-Tech Sports suspension, and when this option was selected the leather M-Tech gear knob and steering wheel were included in the upgrade. SE. The SE trim level included the options the ES trim level was given, but added cruise control as part of the multi-function steering wheel, headlight washers, parking sensors, lever steering wheel and gear knob. It was the mid-range trim level that offered luxury items, but lacked the sporting items the M Sport and M Club Sport trim levels had, although the drivetrains of both SE and M Sport models were identical. Sport/M Sport. The Sport trim level included the options given on the ES and SE trim levels, but had additional performance-orientated items added. It came with the M-Tech IL2 bodykits, half-leather half-Alcantara sports seats, sport suspension. The M Sport package shares the same suspension setup as the performance package in America, as well as the cubed interior trim and 18-inch style 135 wheels, gloss black external trim instead of the chrome trim of the SE, sports steering wheel and 17 lightweight Style 68 alloy wheels. The drivetrain of Sport/M Sport models is identical to that of Base/ES/SE variants. M Club Sport. The M Club Sport trim level is aesthetically similar to the United States Performance package. The main difference is that the M Club Sport trim was not given the BMW Performance camshafts that the ZHP obtained. Instead, it had 20 kilograms of sound deadening removed from the car. The M Club Sport trim shares the same suspension setup as the Performance package in America, as well as the cubed interior trim and 18-inch style 135 wheels. However, changes from the ZHP include plastic front splitters on the M-Tech 2 bumper, a M-Tech 2 styled rear spoiler, and Club Sport door sills. The M Club Sport also came with two BMW individual color options that were carried throughout the car, Estoril Blue, Velvet Blue and Carbon Black. Unlike the other trim levels, the M Club Sport trim was only available on the 330 and the 325. Luxury Package. This Canadian-only package offered the same options as the United States Premium Package. Initial release, BMW Alpina B3S 3.3, the BMW 330i employs a naturally aspirated engine rated 305 picoseconds at 7,200 rpms and 500 Nm at 3,800 to 5,000 rpms, 6-speed Switchtronic manual transmission, Alpina Classic 18-inch wheels with Michelin tires. The B3S 3.4 Coupe went on sale in limited quantities via Alpina GB. Model nomenclature, I. The I badging originally indicated that the car had a fuel injection engine which first appeared in the E3/E9 and E21 chassis. As electronic fuel injection replaced carburetors, the I badge was reused to indicate that the engine had an inline cylinder configuration. XI. With the introduction of the XI models in 2001, BMW brought back AWD, which hadn't been in option in the 3 Series since 1991 when the E3325iX was discontinued. BMW produced the 325 XI and 330 XI in the US between 2001 and 2005, but only in sedan trim and the 325 XI sports wagon. The AWD models were well received by reviewers for giving customers in severe winter climates the option of an AWD 3 Series. At the same time, the XI was criticized for its added weight, slower acceleration, decreased gas mileage, softer suspension, and poor original equipment tires. The transfer case used in all BMW E46 XI models is manufactured by New Venture Gear, Incorporated, which is owned by Magna Powertrain. The NV124 transfer case used in the E46 XI models is a full-time four-wheel drive gear-driven transfer case. The XI models have a permanent front-rear 3862 torque split which differs from the E46's successor, the E9X, which incorporated BMW's new X-Drive platform. Both the front and rear differentials in the E46 XI are open differentials which are aided by DSC to control wheel spin and oversteer/understeer. The XI models were only produced in left-hand drive, and as such were not sold in HD markets such as the United Kingdom. Alpina B3S 3.4. Alpina produced a specialist version of the 3 Series dubbed the B3S 3.4. One version were produced, taken from the standard production line. B3S 3.4 sedan was based on the 330i, powered by the 3.4-litre M54 engine producing 276 bhp, and available only with a Switchtronic 6-speed manual gearbox. D. The D indicates that the car has a diesel-powered engine. Psi. The Psi indicates that the car is a coupe with a petrol-powered engine. CD. The CD indicates that the car is a coupe with a diesel-powered engine. SIC. The SIC indicates that the car is a two-door convertible with a petrol-powered engine. These cars were badged SI. IT. The T in it stands for Touring, the BMW nomenclature for a four-door wagon. It has a petrol-powered engine. These cars are just badged as I. T. The T badge on the E46 Compact stands for Touring International. This harks back to the BMW 2002 Touring. TD. The TD badge indicates a compact powered by a diesel engine. Changes by model year: mid-year 1998, 316, 318, 320, 323, and 328 sedans are released to worldwide markets, designated I, excluding the US. 1999, 323 and 328 E46 sedans introduced in the US. E46 Coupe is launched into worldwide markets, designated SI. E46 Touring is launched into worldwide markets, designated IT. 2000, E46 Coupe is launched in the US. E46 Touring is launched into the US. Dynamic stability control replaces automatic stability control. Auto recirculation becomes standard. The 323 has 15-inch alloy wheels standard. The premium package has wood trim and moonroof standard, with 16-inch wheels only. The 323 gets the Sport Premium Combo package offered. Power seats are a standalone option on 323. Mid-year 2000, power seats with driver's seat memory upgraded to include exterior mirror memory. Radio has clock function. As a result, onboard computer function and the time can be displayed at the same time. Child seat tether anchorage is added as standard equipment. Center console buttons redesigned. New key design, automatic transmission changes to Steptronic. 2001, 323i is replaced by the 320i and receives the new M54B22 engine. 328i is replaced by the 330i and receives the new M54B30 engine. 325i and 330i all-wheel drive models are introduced. All 2001 325i for U.S. market has their van numbers registered as 325i since the Xi was considered an option to the base I car instead of a separate model. New sport steering wheel with circular airbag cover. Xenon HID equipped with larger projector lens. New dual exhaust from headers to muffler. 325i Sports package gets 17x8 style 44 wheels. 330, lumbar adjustments standard with leather seats. 330, 17 inches rims are standard. 330, Sports package rims are changed to style M68 with 17x 7.5 up front and 17x 8.5 in the rear. 330, brakes are 1 inch larger. 330, headlight washer jet standard on cold weather package. 330, silver trim around headlights. 330, updated steering, coupes get titanium front spoiler trim. Mid-year 2001, 325i and 325it, new standard equipment, fog lights, cruise control, and automatic climate control. 325si and 325sic, new standard equipment, automatic climate control. 330, due to customer feedback, there was a mid-year change back to a steering system with less boost, although more than 323s and 328s had. BMW offered a free steering retrofit to reduce the boost for some time. You now must pay for this retrofit. This only affected 2001 cars. 330i, new standard equipment, power seats, Harman Kardon stereo, and sports suspension. 330si and 330sic, new standard equipment, Harman Kardon stereo. 2002, NAV systems now have a widescreen 16:9 display. E46 sedans and wagons receive a facelift, new headlight and tail light designs, side directional marker moved and reshaped, new wider grille, new hood, new front bumpers for 325i and 330i without sport package. 330i 18-inch wheel option offered. 318i receives an engine booster 2.0L. 320d receives new engine 148 bhp, xenon headlight option upgraded to be xenon configuration, xenon headlight option can be upgraded to be xenon conf. Mid-year 2002, Sirius satellite radio now pre-wired on non-navigation cars. 2003, NAV system becomes DVD-based. In addition, the navigation system will now be available within CD player or cassette player. The sound system head unit now has a new auxiliary input. Sedans receive third rear headrest and 3-point seat belt. 325, rain sensor and automatic headlight control will now be part of the premium package. 325, front armrest will be standard in the sedan and sport wagon. 325, moonroof will be standard in the sport wagon. 325, SULEV 325i, 325si, and 325it are introduced with the M56 motor to meet new emission requirements. The SULEV M56 motor was offered optionally and only comes with the Steptronic transmission. 330, tire pressure monitor replaces the flat tire monitor on vehicles with run-flat tires. The alarm display and button in the middle console remain unchanged. 330zi with Sport package will come with 17 inches all-season run-flat tires with styling 98 wheels. Mid-year 2003, Performance package introduced on the 330i sedan. It's only offered with a manual transmission and not offered with the premium package. All E46s are now pre-wired for the BMW Bluetooth kit, all 330 manual transmissions now 6-speed instead of 5-speed. Style 71 staggered two-piece wheels are now the optional upgrade. Mid-year 2003, M3 CSL production, mid-year 2003, all 330i/330zi sedans, and 330si coupes must be ordered with option 403, moonroof. All 330si convertibles must be ordered with ZPP, premium package. Myrtlewood is no longer available as a standalone option. It will only be available when the premium package is ordered. A new interior trim will be made available on all 3 series. SA426 or aluminum brushed columns trim will be available as a no-cost option when the premium package is ordered. If the premium package is ordered and SA426 is not specified, the car will be equipped with Myrtlewood trim. Cars equipped with navigation are now pre-wired for Sirius, mid-year 2003, SMG or sequential manual gearbox available in conjunction with the Sport package. NB, this is a different system than the E46 M3's SMG of the same name. 2004, BMW Assist becomes available. These early TCUs are not compatible with Bluetooth. Performance package now available on coupes and convertibles, SHIT as well as with the automatic transmission and the premium package. The climate control head unit has a new control button layout for simpler operation and ease of use. The rain sensor and automatic headlight control standard for all sedans and sports wagons. These features were previously only available with the premium package. Automatic Steptronic transmission will be available in conjunction with the performance package. New Sport package wheel for 325i sedan and sports wagon. Styling 119 replaces Styling 96. New base wheel for the 330i/330zi sedan and 325zi sedan sports wagon when equipped with the Sport package. New wheel replaces Styling 73. Titanium exterior trim on the front grille and headlights is no longer different for 330i and 330zi sedans. Coupes and convertibles receive a facelift with a new front grille, revised lower bumper design and front rear light redesign including LED tail lights, repositioned side turn signal lights and clear front corners on Sport package cars. The Xenon headlight package was upgraded to the adaptive Xenon package for coupes convertibles only. 325i and 325it, Styling 119 with performance tires replaces Styling 96 when the Sport package is ordered. 330i/330zi get a new base wheels. 325zi-T and 330zi-T get new Sport package wheels. The M47N diesel engine was revised, the main changes being a redesigned swirl flap design in the intake manifold and an electronically activated turbocharger wastegate, both of which increase reliability. Styling 137 with all-season tires replaces Styling 73, also known as the radial spoke. 2005, BMW Assist TCUs gain Bluetooth functionality. lumbar seat support added to the premium package on the 325. CD shuttle became MP3 compatible, mid-year 2005. Performance package 330s get a perforated leather steering wheel instead of Alcantara. 2006, sedans discontinued. LCMs now support comfort blinker function. Must be activated by BMW Service Center or coding software. SULIV, BMW introduced a super ultra-low emission vehicle into the select regions of the United States to meet stricter emission standards. California, New York, and Massachusetts received the SULIV E46s in 2003, and Vermont in 2004. They received a variant of the M54 engine, the BMW M56. The M56 meets SULIV standards, as well as partial zero-emission vehicle and zero evaporative emissions requirements. The M56s claim to have identical power as its M54 counterpart. M3 CSL. The BMW M3 CSL was a limited edition version of the M3, with 1,400 cars being produced for its 2004 model year run. The CSL was never released into the North American market, and was only available in two colors, silver grey metallic and black sapphire metallic. In South Africa it came in limited numbers and cost nearly $1 million at the time. As its name suggests, an emphasis was put on reducing weight. The M3 CSL has a cope weight of 1,385 kg, 110 kg lighter than the regular M3. The CSL features many weight-saving technologies taken from Formula One racing applications. A large proportion of the M3's sound insulation has been removed, as have the power windows, electric seats, and navigation systems. Air conditioning and stereo systems could be retrofitted free of cost, but were not available standard. The CSL's unique body pieces are all crafted from carbon fiber reinforced polymer. Glass reinforced plastics are used throughout structural points in the car. The rear glass window was replaced with lightweight plastic. Although the CSL loses a considerable amount of curb weight from its original version, the focus was put on strategically reducing or moving the weight in the car rather than the raw amount of weight that could be lost. This is to retain the ideal 50-50 weight distribution characteristics the E46 has. For example, the roof is constructed from carbon fiber reinforced plastic. While this only reduces the curb weight of the car by 7 kg, it lowers the center of gravity of the car and decreases body flex. In order to improve the handling ability of the car, the entire suspension system was further refined. Specially developed racing springs and dampers are given to the CSL, and a tightened steering ratio improves responsiveness. The braking system is also modified, with larger front and rear floating rotors and calipers from the E39 M5. The CSL is given a retuned dynamic stability control system with a M-Track mode setting that allows the car to be pushed to its absolute limits before being activated. The 3.2L engine used in the M3, the BMW S40, has been modified to increased output by 17 HP in 5 Nm over the European M3. This is achieved through a high-flow carbon fiber air intake, modified valve and camshaft timing, and a retuned DME. However, the engine is further modified in order to reduce weight. It features a lightweight exhaust manifold and thinner exhaust piping. Additionally, the intake and exhaust manifolds are slightly straightened to improve engine responsiveness. The CSL also has various aesthetic modifications over the standard M3. It received an aerodynamic lightweight body kit which included carbon fiber front splitters that improved downforce at high speeds by 50%, as well as a carbon fiber rear diffuser. The front bumper has a distinct hole that is used to draw cool air into the newly designed air intake. The boot lid is redesigned to incorporate a raised lip, unlike the standard M3 where one is simply added onto a flat boot. The CSL was sold with distinct 19-inch lightweight forged BBS alloy rims that came with Michelin Pilot Sport Cup semi-slick racing tires. The interior of the CSL is redesigned with a sporty weight-saving theme. The CSL obtains fiberglass front racing bucket seats, permanently angled at 90 degrees and fiberglass-backed rear seats. The center console, door panels and trim, and headliner are all formed from carbon fiber, and the steering wheel is redesigned with cruise control, stereo, and phone controls removed to include just a single button that activates the M-Track mode. Although some markets went without this feature, South African examples were fitted with air conditioning. The SMG2 Drivalogic semi-automatic transmission is a G-Trag 6-speed conventional manual transmission, but with an electro-hydraulically actuated clutch pedal, similar to in Formula One style transmission. The regular M3 has the manual transmission as standard and the SMG2 automated manual as an option, however the CSL is only offered with the SMG2 and that unit also received a more advanced Drivalogic unit that was capable of making shifts in 0.08 of a second. North American competition package. As the M3 CSL was not available to the North American markets, BMW released an optional competition package to fill the market void. It upgraded the normal M3 by way of 19-inch cast lightweight CSL-style wheels, detuned CSL suspension components, a tighter steering ratio, and the CSL's brakes. It also included a detuned version of the CSL's dynamic stability control. Problems. Like all car models, some common faults or premature failures have become apparent with the E46 over time. These include, front lower suspension control arm bushes and or ball joints were out as early as 30,000 miles, causing knocking and sloppy handling. The whole arm normally has to be replaced, but this is a quick workshop job. On touring models, rear coil springs frequently break and the wiring to the rear tailgate components often suffers from breakage where it flexes between the body and tailgate. Steel brake pipes corrode and may need to be replaced at a relatively young age. The rear pipes pass over the fuel tank, making this a lengthy job. The more powerful six-cylinder cars can suffer from rear subframe cracking caused by torque reaction of the differential mounts. Pre-2004 diesel engines can suffer from swirl flap failure, which often writes off the vehicle due to extensive engine and turbocharger damage. The flaps can be removed by independent workshops with little effect on performance. All M57 engine code 330D manual BMWs do not have swirl flaps, thus saving the worry about swirl flap failure. The M57 autos do, and all M57N auto and manuals have swirl flaps. All diesels can suffer from turbocharger failure. The early type of oil breather is implicated in this, as it blocks easily, restricting the oil feed to the turbo bearings. Post-2004 cars have a vortex-type breather which can easily be retrofitted to earlier cars. As with all oil-cooled turbochargers, it is important not to turn off the engine for a few minutes if the car has just been driven hard. The final stage resistor on cars with climate control partially burns out, leading to a loss of proper heater fan control. The resistor, located in the footwell area, is replaceable although somewhat difficult to access. The 389 models with automatic gearboxes are prone to early failure. Gearbox oil needs to be changed topped up regularly together with changing the gearbox oil filter. Gearboxes for this model costs upward of $7,000 new. The ZF gearbox is found in the 323i, 325i, 328i and 330i are prone to failure whereby the gearbox will not engage into the reverse gear. Repair costs varies from $2,000 to $7,000. This defect does not affect vehicles fitted with the GM5L40E automatic gearboxes. Motorsport, Andy Prohl was the champion of the 2004 European Touring Car Championship season and 2005 World Touring Car Championship season driving a 320i. Francine Stiller won the 2006 Asian Touring Car Championship season in a 320i. A range of different drivers have won the Spa 24 Hours from 1995 to 1997. The car has further competed in the 2006 British Touring Car Championship season, the 2008 European Touring Car Cup and the 2006 Russian Touring Car Championship. Gallery. Alarm for Cobra 11, from seasons 5 to 19, RTL Entertainment and Action Concept have used a silver BMW 330 E46 with license plate NE, Dr. 8231 in the German action TV series Alarm for Cobra 11, the Autobahn Police. The vehicle was used as an undercover cop car driven by Semir Gurkan, the main officer in the series. It discontinued usage in season 19, as it was detonated next to a gas truck, and was later replaced by the more recent BMW E90, another component of the 3 Series. References. External links: BMW Super Factory, the ZHP Registry, BMW E46 Wiki at buymerfis.com, BMW 3 Series at DMOZ.